Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulihil Kareem. Innal hamdalillah nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa na'udzu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina may yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa may yudlil fala hadiya lahu wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Brothers and sisters and children, today we are going to read from some of the verses of Surah Luqman. This is the second part. The verses we are going to start from the verse number 17. Ya bunayya aqimis salata wa'mur bil ma'ruf wanha 'anil munkar wasbir ala ma asabaka inna zalika min azmil umur. Since this is Surah Luqman, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned the Luqman, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gave Luqman a hikmah. On one hand, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us that Allah gave us Luqman a hikmah. At the same time, these are the verses from the book of Allah, the Quran, and the verses itself are a hikmah from the book of hikmah. All verses are from the book of hikmah. At the same time, there's one name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Hakim. And it is several places in Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the Azizul Hakim. And the book of Allah is also, the verses of Allah is also the book of hikmah. And Allah mentioned, Allah gave Luqman a hikmah. That's why Allah translated what Luqman alayhi salam telling to his son. And this is a conversation I'm going to talk today about what Luqman said to his son about. He's saying, "Oh my son, establish prayer. Enjoin what is right, forbid what is wrong." So, steadfast in the prayer, do what is right, and tell other as well that what is right to do, and forbid himself and other what is not supposed to be done. And be patient over what falls you. Indeed, this patience is a matter of determination. So patience is actually a big thing that granted for very few people by Allah, that who stay patient at the time of crisis or in the problems when they face. So this Luqman alayhi salam telling to his son, be punctual in the prayer, do whatever is right, and forbid others and himself from doing wrong. وَلَا تُسَيِّرْ خَدَّكَ لِلنَّاسِ وَلَا تَمْشِ فِي الْأَرْضِ مَرَحًا إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ كُلَّ مُخْتَالٍ فَخُورٍ. And do not turn your back, your cheeks, your mouth toward people, and do not walk through on the land exultantly with proud. Do not walk on the land proudly with takabbur. Indeed, Allah doesn't like anyone self-deluded and boastful. Luqman is saying to his son, do not turn away your face from the people with pride. Do not walk in insolence through the earth. Verily, Allah does not like anyone who is arrogant. So Allah does not like anyone who is arrogant. وَأُقْسِدْ فِي مَشْيِكَ وَغْزُزْ مِنْ صَوْتِكَ إِنَّ أَنْكَرَ الْأَصْوَاتِ لَصَوْتُ الْحَمِيرِ. And be moderate in your pace and lower your voice. Indeed, the most disgraceful of the sound is the sound of the donkey. So in this, do not shout others. Do not make your voice a loud voice. Rather, have a humble and polite speaking part and low voice, and be moderate in your walking. Do not walk in a wrong fashion. Rather, walk moderately and lower your voice. Verily, the harshest voice is the voice of the donkey. Alam taraw anna Allah sakhara lakum ma fis samawati wa ma fil ard وَأَسْبَغَ عَلَيْكُمْ نِعْمَهُ ظَاهِرَةً وَبَاطِنَةً وَمِنَ النَّاسِ مَن يُجَادِلُ فِي اللَّهِ بِغَيْرِ عِلْمٍ وَلَا هُدًى وَلَا كِتَابٌ مُنِيرٌ. Do not you see that Allah has made subject to you whatever is in the heaven and whatever is in the earth, and imply bestowed upon you His favor, apparent and unapparent. So say you not, O man, that Allah has subjected for you whatever is in the heaven and whatever is on the earth, and has completed and perfected His grace upon you, both apparent in Islamic monotheism and lawful player of the world, including health, good look, and all the blessings you have that is bestowed on you by Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You have good health, you have a good job, you have a good residence to live, you have a relatives, you have a parents, which are the big blessing on you. And when guidance is to do the righteous deed, but of the people is he who dispute about Allah without knowledge or guidance, or an enlightening book. But there are many people among us who do wrong things without even knowing, they do not even have a knowledge. Rather, they try to make the things in trouble with other people by fighting with them, or they are not solve the matter in a proper way. Rather, they make the thing worse without knowing or with knowing. وَإِذَا قِيلَ لَهُمُ اتَّبِعُوا مَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ قَالُوا بَلْ نَتَّبِعُ مَا وَجَدْنَا عَلَيْهِ آبَاءَنَا أَوَلَوْ كَانَ الشَّيْطَانُ يَدْعُوهُمْ إِلَى عَذَابِ السَّعِيرِ. When it is said to them, follow what Allah has revealed, they say, rather we will follow that upon what we found our father, even if Shaitan was inviting them to the punishment of the blaze. And those people who are doing wrong things, when a right person tell them do the righteous thing in a right way, they said, we found our forefather on this, so they are not going to listen. Even the Shaitan devil is inviting them toward the punishment of the severe punishment of the fire, which is a burning fire. وَمَنْ يُسْلِمْ وَجْهَهُ إِلَى اللَّهِ وَهُوَ مُحْسِنٌ فَقَدِ اسْتَمْسَكَ بِالْعُرْوَةِ الْوُثْقَى وَإِلَى اللَّهِ عَاقِبَةُ الْأُمُورِ. And whoever submit his face to Allah while he is the doer of the good. So whoever submit his face to Allah while he is doing the good work, mean praising Allah with prayers, or memorizing Allah and doing his job honestly, even studying in a proper way, honestly, learning from a book of Allah or the other knowledge of the college and schools, and using those knowledge in a proper way, then he grasps the most trustworthy hold, and to Allah will be the outcome of all matters. And whoever submit his will to Allah and do good job and hold the whatever Allah make him to do right, accept as a right, and what Allah hold them to is the wrong, accept as a wrong, there's no doubt he hold the strong rope, which will never lead him to the wrong path. وَمَنْ كَفَرَ فَلَا يَحْزُنْكَ كُفْرُهُ إِلَيْنَا مَرْجِعُهُمْ فَنُنَبِّئُهُم بِمَا عَمِلُوا إِنَّ اللَّهَ عَلِيمٌ بِذَاتِ الصُّدُورِ. And whatever he disbelieve, let not his disbelief grieve you. To us is their return, and we will inform them what they did. Indeed, Allah is knowing of that within the chest. So, when you tell the people who are doing wrong, they are not going to listen. Rather, they are still doing in the same wrong fashion, and they are not going to listening. They are comparing someone to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or they are worshipping idols, or they are following their desires, or they are not praising Allah with his prayers that Allah has made compulsory for them. And when someone told them do the righteous thing, rather they are not going to listen, and they are still doing the same what you found them was doing, enjoying and playing and not coming toward the prayers. So Allah is telling us, let them enjoy their life of this world, and they have to return back to Allah one day. And then Allah will reveal them what they used to do. نُمَتِّعُهُمْ قَلِيلًا ثُمَّ نَسْتُرْهُمْ إِلَى عَذَابٍ غَلِيظٍ. We grant them enjoyment of a little, then we will force them to massive punishment. So people who are not following the right way, they are enjoying this life. Ultimately, this life is going to end, but there's a next life is going to start. And if they are not prepared for that life, Allah will have a severe punishment for them for what they used to do here living in this world. So it is very important that living in this world, do a good job. Stay honest. Stay honest with you and with your parents and around all people. Plus, what Allah told us to do, steadfast in the prayers, punctual in your work schedules, and do not deceive others from doing the wrong things. Rather, do the right thing. Lillahi ma fis samawati wa ma fis samawati wal ard inna Allaha huwal ghaniyyul hamid. To Allah belong whatever is in the heaven and earth. Indeed, Allah is free from need, and Allah is Hamid. Allah is praiseworthy. So this is very clear that Allah's whatever is in the heaven and the earth is belong to Allah. Allah is the one who is waris. Every praise for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah himself is free from every need. Allah does not need anything. Allah doesn't have a sleep. Allah doesn't need any kind of food, any desires. Rather, Allah is free from every need. And all praise is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ma khalqukum wala ba'sukum illa kanafsin wahida inna Allah sami'un basir. So, since Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created all human beings, Allah is telling us that Allah could create everyone back as it is. And it is so easy for Allah to create every human being back as it is, as Allah created one human being. And indeed, Allah is Sami'ul Basir. Allah hears us, what we do, what we speak. Allah hears us and Allah sees us. Allah is Sami'ul Basir. So Allah is aware of everything what we do, whether we do wrong, whether we do right. So Allah is watching us and Allah is listening us. Alam tara anna Allah yulijul layla fin nahari wa yulijul nahara fil layl wa sakhara ash-shamsa wal qamara kullun yajri ila ajalin musamma wa anna Allah bima ta'maluna khabir. Do you not see that Allah caused the night to enter in the day and caused the day to enter the night, and has subjected the sun and the moon, each running for a specific time, and that Allah with whatever you do is acquainted. These are the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created the night and the day. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created the light and the darkness. These are the signs of Allah, that Allah made the night to sleep so we may be rested. We rest our body and we get ready for the day work next day. And the same thing is in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created the day. In the day you can see that all plants around you get the respiration, get the photosynthesis process, and what we need in the light, we are able to work our regular routine on a daily basis. Not only that, every living thing, animals and birds get their food, search for the food in the day, and they get rest in the evening. Allah made the day and night as a signs so we may think about. Imagine Allah made the sun have a light everywhere around, and sun provide you the heat that the earth needed in order to survive, in order to produce the crops, the good food that you have. And all birds are getting the light and they fly, and we do our daily chores based on the day. And imagine if there's a sun all the time, 24 hours, you cannot sleep. You would not have a problem. You would have a problem. It gets so hard that no one can survive. But Allah has a cycle where the sun disappear and the moon appear. Allah have a cycle where the day disappear and the night come. Allah have a cycle where the night come and the day disappear. Allah have a cycle that sun come back and the moon disappear. These cycles are the planning of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this everything Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created for us. In a short, the Quran is the final book of hikmah that tells us that what we have to do and what we have to prohibit ourselves. Quran is a book of hikmah, book of knowledge, book of guidance, tells us that what we supposed to do on a regular basis and what we should not do in order to if we will do good job. Quran inform us that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has a reward for us if we perform good while living in this world. Quran is also inform us that if we do bad, we will face a severe punishment as soon as we leave this world. I make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, so Allah make it easy for us so that we may perform good while living in this world, and we may end in a good. May Allah make it easy for us to follow what Allah has, make it right for us, and may Allah help us that we forbid ourselves what Allah has prohibit for us. Wa akhiru wa da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.